What's up, everybody? We got Blaine Crim here with us today. He was our double A player of the week last week in the Texas Ranger system for the Frisco Rough Riders. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are y'all?
Awesome, awesome. We're really excited to have you here. So we really appreciate your time and you coming on and talking to us. So those of you who don't know Blaine, like I said, playing for the Frisco Rough Riders, double A for the Texas Rangers, and all this dude does is hit. This guy mashes contact power. Right now, you hit a home run last night, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, tore it up last week. Got the Player of the Week nod. Um, and something really cool on you that I found when I was looking into you is that you played in, and I'm gonna destroy this pronunciation right here of this, but La Liga de Baseball Profesional de Puerto Rico Roberto Clemente.
Yeah.
And you
Sounds
you were actually the batting title champion there. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about one, what that league is, and two, what that experience was like there.
yeah, it's one of the winter leagues. You got the Dominican, Puerto Rico, there's Mexico, Venezuela, Panama, um and then so those make up the Caribbean series. So those those five leagues have a winter season, and then at the end they have a series. And I think I don't know who won it, but it's usually the Dominican, of course, who wins that. But yeah, last year I went down there, decided to play winter ball. Went down there to actually work on maybe playing some outfield, but that just ended up DHing the whole time down there. But it was a great experience. I don't know if you know, winter ball's tough when it comes down to it. I'm pretty tired now after playing, last year full season, then winter ball, and then this year. So, yeah, I definitely need a break. But last year was definitely, a fun experience. Got to meet a lot of new guys, you know, play on the beach every day. So it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. And hey, you wouldn't know from your stats this year that you're pretty tired. I'll throw it over to you now, Brad.
Yeah, so I was reading a story that back in high school you were on the cusp of giving up on professional baseball because you weren't getting those D1 looks. So I was wondering what made you want to continue on.
Yeah, I mean, in high school, I guess I, had that naive dream of, going, I just thought I was going to go to my dream school. And I think that reality, hit me pretty quick that that was not the case. Pretty underdeveloped, late bloomer in high school. I could hit, but that was about it. So I had some looks to pitch as well. Um, but when it came down to it, Mississippi College was really like the only school that I think believed in me, to hit. I could have gone, I think I could have gone junior college. If I, really wanted to go the Division I route, I think junior college would have had to been the way to go for me. But, like I said, I was like, well, if I'm not getting any D1 looks out of high school, I'm not going to be playing professional baseball. So decided to go somewhere that I thought would be a good spot for 4 years. Went there, just kind of, I don't know what happened, just kind of got bigger, stronger in the weight room. Um, put together some good seasons there, was a part of a really cool program. And I think it was just one of those things that, I think right place, right time, got seen by the right people, and, kind of got a shot by the Rangers, and just trying to run with it, I guess.
Yeah, and speaking of Mississippi College, it's a D2 school, like obviously. And what's that transition been like from D2 to pro ball? Because a lot of guys go from JUCO or high school or D1, but
Yeah.
nobody you don't really hear a lot of stories of D2 guys going and making that jump into pro ball.
Yeah. I mean, it was tough. Like I saw probably seven off speed pitches last night that were faster than the average fastball I saw in college. So um, it was a tough adjustment. I got to, just going into Arizona after getting drafted, and seeing all the 18-year-old Latin kids just putting on just a show in BP. And then, you got guys throwing 95, 96 that are, 5'10", and it really doesn't make sense when you get to this level. But I think once you realize that it's just the same game, um, and hitters got to hit, the pitcher's got to throw it over the white at some point. That's the only thing that really, eases eases the pressure, I guess. But yeah, it was a tough transition. But I mean, once you get up here, the resources that are available, I think if you just use them, it gives you the best chance for success. So, kind of like I said, I'm just trying to take it day by day, I guess, and see where it goes. Hopefully, have no regrets when this is all over. And I think hitting's definitely the thing that would get me to where I want to go. So I'm trying to just stay disciplined with that.
Yeah, it kind of leads into what Jimmy's gonna ask you, so I'll give it to Jim.
Yeah, so obviously, you hit for average power. What is one part of your game that you'd like to focus on, maybe moving towards the off season?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to not be to just first base. I'm not a huge guy. Like I'm, barely 6 foot in cleats, I guess. I feel very good at first base. I feel comfortable over there. I feel like I could definitely feel the position, at a high level over there. But, at the same time, when you're at first base, you're limited to, you have to mash year in, year out. Of course, I don't think that would necessarily help me with the Rangers. We're pretty loaded with talent everywhere and young. So it's more just kind of, being available for whenever someone needs me. So, last year I got to play outfield towards the end of the year when I got called up from high A because we had Sam Huff playing first base, and that was really the only spot for me to play was the outfield. I try and take ground balls at third a couple times a week. Like the other night I got in at third base because we had to bring in a position player to pitch. So, I think defensive versatility, but I think, hand in hand with that would be getting more athletic. Being a better base runner, just kind of just trying to perfect all the, I've always every offseason just thought about hitting. I just go up to the cage and hit, and then I work out and do that kind of stuff. But I think this year will be my first off season in pro ball that I actually get to focus on, things like you're talking about. So I think probably defense would be the number one thing.
Yeah, and you're also hitting a lot more doubles this year. Is that something that you focused on this offseason, like hitting the gaps, or is that just home runs that you just barely miss but hit the wall?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because this year, thankfully as of late, things have been going my way, and it's I guess now when you look on paper, I'm having a good year, but honestly, a month ago, I feel like I wasn't having a good year at all. My goal going into this year was to kind of just, keep like a steady pace and, try not to get too low, try not to get too high. Unfortunately, I got really hot early and then really low, kind of in the middle of this season. And I felt like I was kind of trying to put too much pressure on myself to just hit the ball in the air. And, last year I did have some homers, but I never thought about necessarily hitting the ball in the air. Last year I just thought about hitting doubles, and they just so happened to go over the fence. And so this year, about a month ago, I was talking to one of our scouts, and, he was like, of course, you're not having the year you want to, just go back to being you. And I remember telling him, I was like, all right, I told my hitting coach that day, I was like, hey, I think I'm just going to go back to trying hitting the ball. I'm just going to try and hit doubles in the gap. And hopefully, if they go over the fence, they go over the fence. And, ever since then, I think actually both have come along, the doubles and the homers. So I think that's definitely a focus going into next year is just realizing that, hey, I'm just going to try and put the ball in the gap, split the gap, and hopefully I'm bigger and stronger next year, and those balls can go an extra 10 feet and hopefully faster. Maybe I got some singles that definitely be doubles, but hopefully that can happen next year.
Cool. So now, before we let you go, what we like to do with our guests is do just 1 minute of rapid fire random questions. You down for that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Brad, you got my timer?
Yep.
All right, going on me.
Yep.
Let's do it. What's your dream car?
Oh, the new ZR2 Chevy. So it's a Chevy.
All right,
Silverado.
nice. Favorite emoji?
Oh shoot. I use the goat a lot.
Got any nicknames?
When I'm going good, the Crim Reaper.
What's your walk-up song?
Fat Bottom Girls by Queen.
All right, going off that, I think I know the answer to this. Boobs or butt?
Yeah, but wife's got a butt, that's for sure.
What's your dream vacation spot?
Oh shoot. I'm more of a mountain guy. I don't like the beach. Got barred by a stingray when I was young, so I would say the Rockies.
What's your favorite curse word?
Shit. Yeah, shit rolls off the tongue.
Favorite movie?
American Sniper.
Describe your style of play in one word.
Oh, try and be loose.
Last one coming up.
Last one coming up. All right, first Sunday of the NFL season. Who's your NFL team?
I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers. I'm not a huge NFL guy, but my best friend with the Rangers, his best friend's Herbert, so I'm gonna have to root for the Chargers.
Wow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a cool little connection there. Nice. All right. Well,
Being from Alabama, we don't have anybody down there, so I'll just go for.
you a Roll Tide guy?
I grew up like somewhat of an Auburn fan because my parents they went there for a year, but I've had a lot of guys from my high school go and play at Alabama, so I've come to like appreciate Alabama. So I wouldn't say I'm a Roll Tide guy, but I like watching them play.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you so
What was
much.
the atmosphere in the in the locker room the other day when they were playing Texas?
Yeah, so I mean, I was just super confused. Like, if we were in Alabama, I was actually at a bar watching the game before I went to the locker room, and I'm like, this is a really good game. I'm in the heart of Texas, and nobody cares about this game, and I'm like, locked into it. I was like, if I'm in Alabama, and the roles are reversed. Like, people are throwing shit, like beers going flying, all kinds of stuff. But then when we have a couple of Texas fans on the team, and they're, of course, talking about all the penalties and everything. I'm like, look, Nick Saban finds a way to win no matter what. It's just you gotta get used to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us, man. We really appreciate your time, and good luck today. Good luck the rest of the season, and I hope that we'll be able to get you back on at some point in the future.
Yeah, no doubt. It was fun. I appreciate it.
Be giving you that MLB Rookie of the Week in no time.
I would love it. I would love it.
Play ball.